Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. I'm incredibly influential.
And I'm highly successful, and my name is Maxwell.
I'm also Kael. Yep, that's my name. We we get it right half the time. That's about as good as you can expect, man. You know what do you
We keep
really
you
expect from me?
guessing. We
We
keep you
do,
guessing with the intro, you never know if we get it right or not.
and that's really what you come in for. You come in and then you just immediately leave. Please don't actually do that, please, please.
Please stay. We have
Yes.
some things to discuss.
Oh, we have a lot of things to talk about this week. Um, uh, do you want to start with Indiana Jones or do you want to end with Indiana Jones?
I mean, how let's end with it, I guess.
All right.
Let's talk about these other things first,
Okay.
because I
First
don't know
thing
what they
I'm
are.
first thing I want to talk about is a well, first thing I want to talk about. This might sound a little bit different than other episodes, and I apologize for that. Currently, I'm back at
Oh
my
yeah,
parents' house.
we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Why is Kale at his parents' house again?
So we had
We thought he moved out.
yeah,
He moved
me
right
too.
back in.
Yeah, me too. So we had a pretty bad squall line, I believe is the term. Um 80-mile-an-hour wind storm. There was a tornado, but not in my town. One of my friends actually drove through it.
He
Um
drove through the tornado.
it's a she, but yeah.
She didn't drive around it.
I mean, it was on the road, you know?
She
Can't
didn't wait for the tornado to go.
I mean, it was probably only like a category 1 or 2. It's
Okay,
fine.
all right.
Um,
I don't know. That's just I would not drive through a tornado, but I'm glad your friend is okay. Some
yeah,
things are not as okay from that storm, though.
yes. One of those things being there is a downed power line in my backyard still, if I recall correctly. I don't know.
Your backyard?
In my backyard.
What are the
So,
chances?
so the way my sort of setup works, right, is there's like a tree line in between. So there's like two sides of houses, right, on this one block of land, right, and like the backyard is separated by A, power lines, and B, trees. So one of the tree limbs came down and took out the power lines, and so my neighbor's power line is down in my yard. One of my power lines is down on top of my garage, um, and two doors down from me an entire tree came down, taking out the entire power line with it. So,
So there's just dead power lines everywhere you look.
yeah, I'm really glad nothing caught fire. I'm counting my blessings on that. That is great. However, nobody has come by to actually like, check it out. Uh and yeah, it's they said they would have it done. Here's the really funny part, right? So my power company, I don't want to name them. I don't want to name them because I don't want to get in legal trouble. But they just sent voicemail to my mom right now. I might have to pause the recording and
Oh,
listen to it.
nah. This is real-time news
It is. It
happening right
is.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. He's yeah. The power the power company. I called the non-emergency police number, right? Because a power line went down in my yard,
Yeah.
so that's not fucking good. And they were like, "Sorry, all of our resources are spent," right? And I'm like, "Okay, fine."
Tried the police.
So well, that's what you're supposed to. Like, the emergency services number, like it's the non-emergency 911. It's not just for the cops. It's for
I
fire
know.
and amber lamps, right?
That's kind of crazy. There's a shortage of non-emergency services.
Yes,
Hmm.
it was bad.
Hmm.
It was bad. I heard a lot of ambulances going to the hospital because it's pretty close to me. I heard a lot of ambulances going there. I think probably a few people died. I think
Oh shit.
at at least one or two people died. I
Oh
think.
fuck.
Yeah.
Class 1 tornado was no joke.
We didn't even get hit with the tornado, but we got like 80-mile-an-hour winds. Apparently one house got completely like crushed in half by a tree.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's
Oh.
crazy.
Oh man.
But all right, so here's the funny part.
What?
So
All right,
they
moving on to the funny part.
so power company says, "All right, 6 p.m. on Sunday, we're gonna have it up. We got you. We're gonna do that, right?" So they've been
Okay.
calling me, not me. They call my mom multiple times. Hey, 6 p.m. on Sunday. 6 p.m. on Sunday, and then literally at 5:57 p.m. they called and said, "Oh yeah, we'll have it up by 6 p.m. on Sunday." It was hilarious. By the way, we're recording this on Monday the 3rd. Happy 4th of July, everyone. I guess
Yes.
this is the America special.
If
Um,
if people, yeah, if y'all are American.
yeah. If you're not American, stay jealous. We
Enjoy
know
your
you wish you were.
Tuesday. Enjoy your
Yeah.
Tuesday with work.
Or don't enjoy your
Don't
Tuesday. Just
enjoy it,
fuck you.
actually. You don't
You're not
have to enjoy
American.
it.
You're
Well, you
not
know,
American. Fuck you.
you don't even have to enjoy it if you are American. We don't.
No.
Okay, you can tell them to.
If
I
you
won't.
hate America, don't enjoy today. Fuck you. Eat a bag of dicks. If you do like America, celebrate. Fucking shoot some fireworks in your country. I don't care if they're illegal. Do it. Don't be a pussy. Do it. Fuck yeah. America, freedom, liberty, all
Yeah,
these concepts that we invented.
just push those in other countries, you know?
Freedom started in 1776. Everything before that was a mistake.
Or not freedom.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, is it you know is anything without freedom a non-mistake? That's the question. But they still don't know when they're going to have my shit fixed, right? Um,
Yeah,
so I want to preface this. I guess it's not really a preface because we're kind of
you're
way
doing it right
into
now.
me bitching about it. But they did have 180,000. Just my power company, 180,000 people without power. That's people, not households, but people, 180,000 without
In your
power
area.
in their whole territory.
That
But
sounds like that
yeah,
sounds like their problem.
that's what I'm saying. But here's the reason why we're getting served so late. Our specific outages only affect 15 people, right? Like some of the other things they could fix could bring power back to more people. So we're
So
really,
you're
really
probably
low in
one
the
of the
totem pole.
last. You're probably one of the
Yes,
last people who's gonna get power back.
yes, we are.
Ooh.
And it's some bullshit. I have to throw out my entire fridge. Everything that was in my fridge, it's gone. Um, hopefully there's no like mold growing all over the house.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's completely fucked.
That storm sounds pretty intense. I'm
It
surprised I haven't
was.
heard anything about it.
It
Like,
was really, really, really bad. I think maybe because it didn't really get to Chicago. We
so
had
people are ignoring it.
Yeah, but like between the smoke and the storms, the mayor of Springfield, not the one from The Simpsons, by the way, um, had to issue an emergency, like a citywide emergency, because it was bad. It was really, really, really bad. But
Wow.
yeah, Chicago got some storms, but nothing nearly as bad as what we had. But yeah, I haven't had power since 11 ish a.m. on Thursday, and it is now officially been, what is that, 5 days? Thursday, Friday,
I'd say so, yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yep,
5
five
full
5
days.
days. One whole business week. No
No
fucking
power.
power. It's some bullshit. It is some bullshit. I tell you
Well,
what.
at least you have a fallback.
I do.
It's how you're
So
able to
yeah.
record right now. You would
Yes.
not be able to do this in your home.
No. I would have had to, I think, probably go to a hotel with my laptop and do it on hotel Wi-Fi, which would suck balls. So I'm glad that I'm not doing that.
Yes. We're all glad you're
Um,
not sucking balls.
I mean, Everyone except for me. I love sucking balls. That's me. That's me. Whenever there are balls, I love them. I love them. Can't get enough. Speaking of things that sucked balls, uh, I want to say something about Indiana Jones, and we're gonna come back to it.
Yeah,
I want to talk box office, right? I have a theory as to why it's not doing so hot. Um,
why is the Flash stealing all their money?
Jesus Christ. No, not at all. Not at all. They have their own problems. Um, but from what I've heard, or from at least my experience and the experience of like some other people, we had today is the first sunny day in Chicago since Thursday. Is the first day with no shitty weather and no smoke and
Whoa.
everything. Yeah. We were
Well,
on a
talk
weather
about some
advisory.
suck balls weather. I
It
mean,
really
if you
did.
just had a thunderstorm, I wouldn't be surprised the like weather wouldn't get better for a while. But that's nice. Look at you having a nice sunny day finally, and you're spending it here on the podcast.
Hey, I might spend it driving back home if they actually fix my fucking power, but
Yeah, we'll see about that.
God, there's no way. There's no way. They won't be able to. They're not going to be able to. And it's going to be shitty and suck balls and everything sucks and I hate it and I want to die.
You need to find where those 179,900 and 85 people are
Oh
living.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And mooch off their power. Nice.
yeah,
That's smart. That's smart. That's the yeah.
that's the next move.
Yeah. But I think the box office return thing, right? Um so it's really not doing super hot, but I think basically I don't know how your weather's been in the past few days. Um
It's not been great either. It's been like, I mean, I think we've been catching the storms, but it's probably not, we're not losing power over it. So
yeah.
I'll take
S-
that.
So they canceled my movie. Like I was like it
You were gonna watch Indiana Jones early
on
Thursday
yeah,
night.
Thursday
Then you
evening at
then you
4:30.
lost power that morning.
Yep. And so did the movie theater. It was closed.
Well,
I was like,
well, what are
well,
you gonna do
shit.
about that?
I was like, well, shit. There's nothing keeping me in town anymore. I might as well go the fuck home. So I did. I drove 3 hours. I got my dog in the car. We drove 3 hours back home.
Jeez,
Yep.
imagine
And
having to drive 3 hours to uh, some joke about where I live in university.
yeah, I mean, dude, you could drive 3 hours and still be in fucking Midtown Manhattan, dude. You're
Mm,
one to talk.
you can get a little farther.
All right, fine. You can go from Midtown to like the Upper East Side, and that's it.
Yeah,
I
we didn't
I've
get
yeah.
our weather was pretty good though. I mean, like, uh, I was considering going to Binghamton for
Mm,
looking at a new house that I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna try and get approved for living in next semester.
Oh, you're not
But
gonna pay cash. You're not gonna pay cash like I did.
cash,
You're not gonna pay cash up front.
who handles in cash? I mean,
Me,
there's
rich motherfuckers,
probably
rich
like
motherfuckers.
there's probably a security deposit, maybe,
No,
but
you imagine
uh,
renting. Imagine renting.
it is renting.
I know. Imagine it. Gross.
I am. I'm planning on it actually.
Who will you be living with?
Some friend I know from middle school.
Oh, that's cool.
He's just well, not just, it's been a while now, but he was enrolled into Binghamton,
Mm.
my university. He was so he's going to he's he's going to be in the school, and he's going to be my roommate, and we're going to be chilling together. And hopefully we get this apartment together, because if we don't, we probably won't be able to live together. But he will still be on the campus. So, we take we take our wins and losses, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't go up, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it started to thunder like maybe 30 minutes after I put the car back. So It
Yeah.
it did not look fun to drive through at all.
No, 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 absolutely not.
I s- I think
Yeah.
my mom sent me some pictures. She went upstate to go hiking,
Hmm.
and the picture she sent me, it was like flooded just
Yep.
in my neighborhood. So I'm kind of glad I didn't go anywhere.
That's why
But
I'm. That's what I'm. So my larger point
yes,
is that's what I'm thinking is causing like the well. First of all, not a lot of things are making their money back this summer. You know, like this quarter, the one that just ended, right? Because go from April to
kind of a
June.
flop.
Yeah, most of it was a flop. I think Guardians made money, and that's about all I can remember being like a good box office success, right? I think people are burnt out on big blockbuster movies because we're just getting so many. You know, we got Transformers, we got well, if we go back in like chronological order, right? You know, we
People are
got
touching grass.
yeah, we got Mario, we got Guardians, we got uh
Yeah. The
yeah,
thing is, those movies probably made the most money this year out of any movie. So what do we got to
yeah.
say about that?
I
You
th-
know,
I think 2023 is not going to be a super big movie year. I think but yeah, so last quarter kind of a flop. Um and I think the weather also had something to do with it, right? You know, cuz it was just super shitty and a lot of showings were canceled. And I think the vast majority of people who weren't, you know, going for work like we did, um they're going to be like, well, the showing was canceled, you know, it'll just be out in a month on streaming. You know, why bother? So I
hmm
think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to see a little bit more profit from that in when it finally comes out on Disney Plus. But yeah, I think that's sort of going to be uh, what I think is going to happen.
yeah, it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm maybe I just maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but that's my theory. It's just a theory.
Hey, we can test it.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
We'll
hopefully week yeah,
crunch the numbers at the end of the year.
yeah. Hopefully week 2 is going to be a little bit better of a return because again, not to spoil too much about how I feel cuz I want to talk about it towards the end, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
This new Indiana Jones movie,
Yeah, Indy 5.
Indy 5.
I take it you were not such a big fan.
I just I don't understand why it had to be 2.5 hours.
Uh
I
cuz
think I think they could
James
have
Mangold
trimmed
like
it.
James Mangold likes long movies. Even though I didn't. All right, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. We'll save our feelings for later.
All right.
Okay. Here's another thing that sucks balls that I want to talk about. Uh, so if you're uh, uh on the internet, uh,
Whoa.
I'm 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 sure
Reality check.
you've probably heard about Colleen Ballinger, aka Miranda Sings, her um quote unquote uh apology video.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
um
I don't know about that. It's pretty dicey stuff. I will say I did not think the bar for YouTube apology videos could get any lower, and I was definitely proven wrong
yeah.
by by that. Uh, yeah, the subject of what was it? Soliciting minors? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that response. I definitely don't know about that.
Yeah.
It's what else do you want to say? I mean, I'm not gonna like put it on her that she's definitely done those things because I'm not educated enough on the subject, but
I
it's
don't want
definitely
to
very insensitive to
yeah.
to do that. To whip out your ukulele
Yeah,
This woman has been in, like, I don't know, the the business of entertainment
for a
for
long time.
for a long time.
Long
So
enough to know that that's a fucking terrible idea.
yeah, that's what's so confusing about it, is I would think this person would have some sense, some, like, I don't know, not even, maybe she could have had like some PR person tell her this is not a good
Oh,
idea.
they did. They did. Didn't one of the key. All right, so we'll break it down for you if you haven't seen it. I don't recommend you watch it, honestly.
That's
I'm
good because I
I'm
didn't want
gonna
to.
I'm gonna be honest with you all. That's not a good idea to like watch that. It's kind of painful to watch, honestly. Um, if you're a big fan of like secondhand embarrassment and like cringe humor, you know, definitely. But yeah, a lot of what I've been seeing has been worst YouTuber apology video ever. Um, Ludwig, his video on it, Mogul Mail, that was his title. Charlie Moist Critical, uh, also was his uh, that was his video title. Um, and yeah, I would say it might be as bad as the what is it, Sienna May, the chick who like sexually assaulted that one guy and she made an interpretive dance video. It's almost as bad as that, if
That
not
is pretty
worse.
bad.
Yeah,
Crazy that that stuff gets brought to light
yeah,
from this. Ugh.
yeah. Imagine like looking at that response in a positive light because this was so bad. But like as far as like what you were saying about like you don't know if like she did it or not. Um, the screenshots are out and they look credible.
Of
And
what she's being accused of.
yes, and
Uh,
ironically, the language she used in the video does not reflect what she was being accused of. Cause you know, she did say, "Oh, I'm not a groomer. Oh, all I did was respond to fans." No, Colleen. It's not about that you responded to the fans. It's about what you were saying to the fans. You
yeah.
know, asking them for ass pics, sending a 13-year-old boy a lingerie set.
Mm.
You know, it's you're a 30-year-old woman, Colleen. This should be common sense to you.
You have a kid.
Does she have a kid?
I'm pretty sure she has kids.
Dear God. I
Kids
hope not.
plural.
I hope not. I would feel bad for them. Um
Sh-
by the way, update on the power loss situation. They're
She has
finally
3 kids.
working.
She has
Oh,
three.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, she was in like if she said didn't she say this was in like 2019, right? I think
What
I
what she's
heard it
being
was
accused of?
yeah, I heard it was somewhere between like 2017 and 2019,
Well, she's
right?
still. Hmm,
And she's in her late 20s, early 30s. Mentally developed enough to know that you shouldn't be doing this shit.
agreed.
And definitely now she should be mentally developed enough to know that when your legal team tells you not to talk about something, that doesn't mean you pull out the ukulele and start singing about it. You dense broad. I swear. I swear to fucking God. Somebody needs to smack this bitch with common sense. If there is a stick named common sense, she needs to be hit over the head with it. Dear
Yep.
God. That's incredible. It is incredible that someone thought this was a good idea. And yeah, and there's so many people clowning on it, right? Like honestly, you know, she could have avoided a lot of this. She could have just been like, you know, there's the accusations. She could have just ignored that shit, right? She would have taken a hit from her audience and moved on. You know, she could have done that, or she could have done an actual apology, like a real one.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Somehow her approach has made the situation worse.
oh,
Which
100% worse. And but instead she did what she did, which made it go viral for all the wrong reasons, and now everybody's talking about it. Everybody's getting your story out there. Um some of the more amusing responses I've seen were uh Anthony Fantano did a track review on it, and Acai, he's like
Mhm.
a Guitar Hero guy. Um, somebody charted it into a Guitar Hero level, uh, and he he did a 100% run of it, and that was the only way I could watch the full video is with that.
Is with a layout like a
Yes,
layering of some other content.
yes, it was. You know, everyone always clowns on like the TikTok censor video thing where like they put the Subway Surfers in with the Family Guy episode or whatever the fuck they're talking about, like the Minecraft parkour with the YouTube shorts. Um, but I get it now. I understand because I could not watch that without someone playing Guitar Hero over it. Because holy shit, that was cringe.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And like, not even like cringe in the fun way. You know, parts of it were, but a lot of it was just like cringe in the what the fuck is wrong with you kind of way.
Yikes.
Yeah, yeah, it's some bullshit. And I mean, there comes a point when you're just like, this is absurd, but it's also hilarious, and you just kind of have to step back and laugh and just be like, this is what this delusional, incredibly rich, incredibly disconnected white millennial ukulele woman thinks would appeal to her audience, right?
Hmm.
This is what she thinks is going to win her back on the internet. And you just have to laugh, right? I think that's incredibly hilarious.
You're right.
Yeah.
This specific part of the whole situation, we can definitely laugh at it.
Yeah. Um I also want to say, you know, on a more serious note, I hope like the victims, I hope you're not too fucked up, you know. I hope you find a way to monetize this, honestly. If you want to you know how she's talking about like, oh, they want to monetize my demise. I hope you do. I hope all the victims are able to get some clout off of this shit and, you know, hopefully gain something from this, cuz I'm sure parts of it were pretty traumatic. And so if you want to, you know, use this shit for clout, I would say go ahead and go for it. That's probably understandable. So yeah, go for it.
Or justice.
Or justice. But I mean, watching Colleen, just she will be infinitely mocked forever. Anytime anyone puts out a YouTuber apology video, they will be compared to Colleen Ballinger. And I think it might be the meme of the year, honestly. It's pretty fucking funny. It is
Hmm.
pretty goddamn funny. You know, I think we can ride this meme out for a couple more months at least.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
mean,
meme.
yeah, ukulele apology video. I thought the YouTube apology video, like, joke, it's it's
Yeah, I
kicked
thought
its
it was dead.
last.
I thought it was dead, but Colleen Ballinger did her best to revive it. And for that, you know what? Thank you. Thanks, Colleen. You've
Yeah,
resurrected this meme
you've
for
impressed us all
yes.
for mostly worse.
Yeah. Speaking of disconnected white women, I've got a couple more things before we go to the ad break.
Yeah.
Um,
This, this is
uh,
the connector.
yeah. Inside Amy Schumer. Are you familiar with that show?
Yeah.
It has been supposedly what I've heard is it has been entirely erased from existence. It is no longer on any streaming services. They will not be doing any like reruns of it on Comedy Central. It's gone.
That is.
And I say, you know what I say? God bless it. Thank God.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, thank God.
That's crazy. I mean, like, I remember watching it. I mean, I'm just kind of surprised that, they can make that like happen for a show
I
where
mean, hey,
they can like remove it from all platforms.
yeah. I mean, who would pay for it? Who
I
would
don't
pay
know.
for the
No,
bandwidth to keep that show on there?
I, I legitimately don't know.
Yeah, you know, and then again, obviously, we can lead into another female comedian or comedic person. I don't know if she's done like stand up before.
Is
Um,
she funny?
I would say so, from what I've
Okay.
seen.
All
Um,
right.
but I want to talk about something else first, right? Just something that tickled my fancy, right? So I don't know if you've seen like the ads for that show, right? It's called The Power, right? It's either
Mm,
Power or The Power. Nobody's watching it. Um, uh, yeah. So it's it's got the lady from Hereditary and the girl from Moana, and
cool.
it's yeah. Um, and the the premise is, and I find this absolutely hilarious because a serious feminist wrote this without a trace of irony,
Yeah.
that uh women get electricity fucking superpowers, like Darth Sidious Sith lightning, and that's what it takes for them to become the dominant sex. And
They
the
need to shoot lightning from their fingertips.
and the fact that a feminist wrote this
Yeah.
unironically, saying that in order for women to become the dominant sex, they would literally need superpowers, is so unintentionally hilarious that like you guys are seeing like you get the humor in that, right? Like, I'm not taking fucking crazy pills, right?
I mean, I hope people do.
Yeah, I think that's genuinely hilarious, right? That's literally unironically, if somebody ever wrote like a
Imagine like, I don't know, this was a movement for culturally oppressed people in the past. It's like
yeah,
this is the hypothetically, and their main talking points were superpowers.
yes, like oh yeah, yeah, the only reason women don't have the power over men is because they don't have literal fucking superpowers,
How
is
do you advocate for superpowers?
hilarious.
How do you
It, that would be some like unironically, if like Ben Shapiro or like Steven Crowder wrote a book about like the women taking over, that would be the kind of situation where they would be like, well, that's the only way that women could take power over men, right? Like, she's understanding that, right? Like, if she's saying that if women need superpowers to take it from men, then she's saying that men are overall superior, right? Like, that, I'm not taking fucking crazy pills here, right? Like, that's a fucking stupid premise. Am
uh,
I am I taking fucking crazy pills? I
I
I
mean,
swear. Like from how it sounds, right? That my theory is that everyone, I don't like to hop on the whole like everybody loves the woke train, everybody hops on the woke train. Like Colleen Ballinger's toxic gossip train. This is the other train. It's the woke train. I don't like to hop
mhm.
on that, but it really does sound like, what is it? Fucking, I think it's Amazon Prime. Um, yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Amazon Prime Video. Um, Amazon Prime is looking for feminist, uh, uh, like like fake feminist bullshit, right? Like they don't actually care about feminism, but they think it sells, so they're looking for feminist shit, and everyone else has already been taken. Hulu got Handmaid's Tale, and they ruined that. Uh,
Uh-oh.
so yeah, they jumped the shark on that shit so early. Um, and they uh uh so now they have to scrape the bottom of the barrel, and so they don't. This unironically comes off as the whole. Do you remember from The Boys season 2 when they're like, "Girls get it done," and it's the fake
Yeah,
campaign?
it
Yeah,
was meant to make fun of that, but are you trying to?
unironically, they're doing that right now. All right. I love The Boys so much because it's clowning on the company that is platforming it. Like, The Boys is taking the piss out of Amazon all the time.
Yeah,
And just the fact that that show even exists, right? Like, they are making fun of Amazon for even making that show. And it's so fucking funny. Just, yeah. The Boys is a fucking masterpiece. Go watch that. Don't watch The Power. Go watch fucking The Boys. On one of the most feminist shows that there has been in a long time, and
called
it's
The
called The
Boys.
Boys. Yeah, but yeah, if you're gonna get a Prime subscription, do Prime Video. Definitely go watch that instead, because that is way, way, way better than The Power. Fucking gross. But uh,
Unfortunate.
yeah. Speaking of things that aren't fucking gross, we have a cool new sponsor for you today in the ad break. So stay tuned through there, and we'll meet you back here, and we'll talk about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We'll see you back
Hooray.
here in a minute. Since I moved out on my own, I've been working on trying to stay healthy by avoiding fast foods and fatty meals, as well as keeping my hydration up. I know how bad it feels when you're severely dehydrated, and it really helps to have some help keeping your water and electrolyte levels in check.
That's where today's sponsor, Liquid IV, comes in. Liquid IV is a category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and their hydration multiplier is the one product you're missing in your daily routine.
In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and twice the hydration speed from water alone, plus 3 times the electrolytes of a traditional sports drink. You can use it first thing in the morning, as part of your workout routine, after a long night out, or on long flights. Anywhere you need hydration, you can use Liquid IV. I particularly recommend it due to the festival and concert season starting, since partying all day in the hot sun really makes you sweat.
Liquid IV is also made with premium non-GMO ingredients and is free from gluten, dairy, and soy. They are also partnered with many organizations providing protections for water access worldwide, donating over 39 million servings to over 50 countries worldwide.
Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code IIHSPodcast at checkout. All one word, by the way. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code IIHSPodcast at liquidiv.com. Go check it out at the link in our description. Thank you to Liquid IV for giving us a sponsorship. This episode has been generously sponsored by skunknuggetparenting.com, run by my own talented mother. Parenting is hard. Sometimes kids and parents are like night and day. It can be very hard to get on the same page with them, and a lot of parents have anxiety that maybe they're doing it all wrong. Luckily, there is a service out there that can help. Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions is a company that provides parent coaching services, resource referrals, and psychological profiling, along with 24/7 phone and text access in an all virtual program. Plus, the first consultation is free. In order to get this amazing service, please visit skunknuggetparenting.com. That is skunknuggetparenting.com. Thank you to Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions for sponsoring this episode. Thank you all for listening. And now, back to the podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you to our sponsors. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
Um, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time to get a watch. And also talk about Dial of Destiny. I said it was okay. I think I stand by that. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I don't know if I could recommend it to people though. That's the thing.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, like even if I enjoyed it, like I don't know. I don't think I'd be right in recommending this movie to other people because we recently watched all four previous Indiana Jones movies.
Yes.
And if I had to be very honest with somebody about this series, I would tell them to watch the first movie.
Yeah. Would you tell them to watch
This
uh
one,
2 and 3?
uh, I, I mean, I would tell them that they could, but I wouldn't say that they had to.
Really?
I would say that they wouldn't even have to watch this movie, but they should definitely watch the first movie, and they should not watch this movie without having watched the first one.
Oh, I thought you meant like in general you wouldn't recommend 2 and 3, and I was gonna be like, whoa, okay, Jesus Christ.
Well, I mostly mean specifically to this movie,
Yeah.
but
Would you
it's
recommend watching Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade? Like,
on their own, probably not. Not
just
gonna.
in general, would you recommend watching them if they've seen one, or do you recommend they watch the whole trilogy?
Uh, uh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I I don't know. I think just going through it just really solidified the first movie for me. Just how nice it is. How how good everything works in that one piece alone. This movie was interesting, I will say. Like there were things that impressed me and there were things that were kind of uh like what what were they doing? What is this? This is
Uh-huh. Yeah.
uh I would say Mads Mikkelsen is probably like this is pretty good. He was actually very entertaining.
Yeah, he was
So
pretty good. Pretty
he
good.
was great. Uh I I am not too impressed by Phoebe Waller-Bridge's performance. I
That was who I was gonna lead into with the whole comedic woman angle. You know?
Yeah, I don't
Uh
like I
yeah.
think her character was interesting, but I don't think she gave a great performance. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. I
I
think
I wasn't very compelled,
yeah.
and that kind of suffers throughout the whole movie because, she is like the one person with him. Uh
Yeah.
what do you think of the deep fake Indiana Jones?
Head too big. Head too big. Head too
Head
big.
too big.
Head too big. And that I don't know. I don't know. And because we came back to Indiana Jones in the present, and that's kind of the proportions he's rocking. You know, like we saw him, like shirtless in his underdrawers. He's looking pretty good for an 80-year-old. For a
Yeah.
fucking octogenarian, he's looking pretty damn good.
I
Um,
would agree.
but yeah, fucking head kind of the same size as it was when he was a fucking 80-year-old.
It was like the best version of like the deepfake stuff I've seen,
He looked a
but
little too young because he should have looked. So not to taint my review here, but I saw this on Friday morning. It is now Monday, in the afternoon. Um, uh, I just
okay.
watched the Half in the Bag, um, Red Letter Media Half in the Bag episode on this. Um, and not to like taint my review too much with
Oh,
like their opinions, but
okay, but say
they
their opinion.
they did bring up something that I do kind of agree with, and that is that they made Indy look too young, and that kind of didn't help with the uncanny valley thing.
Didn't he also kind of act too old?
His voice was too old because they just used his current voice,
Well, I just
and
mean like in like the present day or, whatever when they
I
flash
mean,
forward.
to be fair, 12 years in canon had passed since Crystal Skull,
Hmm.
and uh, obviously in real life it's been 15 years. So it's different. It's different. but like they sort of show that he's a lot less cool, you know. And he's a relic from a bygone era. He himself is an artifact, and I thought they were going to do that. We'll go into that later in the spoilers. So I guess we say from here on out spoilers.
Yeah.
Because the CGI Harrison Ford, you know, that was in the trailers. But from here on out, spoilers only. I would say go watch it. It's fine. It's pretty good. Better than 4, worse than 2. My ranking goes 1, 3, 2, 5, 4. But there's a wide gulf in between 5
5 and
and
4.
4. Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, it didn't break me like Crystal Skull did.
Yeah, they learned something from 4. They
Yeah.
at least did that.
If you
I
guys
will
want to
give them that much credit.
yeah, if you guys want to hear our opinions on 4, you should probably go watch our commentary review, or commentary / kind of review, over on Patreon.
Yeah,
You
we
get a
kinda
week-long free trial to
we
that.
kind of lose our minds. Yeah,
We do. We do.
week-long free trial to
Yeah, that's more
on
than enough
Patreon.
to watch all 4 of our current movie commentaries. But you should stay tuned because we are working. We're kind of work in progress on. We're doing another commentary. We're going to be doing The Rock, and we might have a special guest. So stay tuned. Not The Rock like the actor, The Rock the movie with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. But yeah, we're working on that. So stay tuned. But
This movie, okay, can we just go right into oh, I don't know where to start. This
we
movie
were
has this movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Like
okay.
Crystal
Okay,
Skull, I had this same complaint. I mean, I get it, whatever.
it's only
It
20
didn't,
minutes longer than Crystal Skull.
but it didn't need to be. There's just so much chase scenes
They
that
could
could have
have
been
cut a
cut.
few. They
I don't
half in the bag. They said that too.
I don't understand. There's this tuk-tuk chase scene in this movie, and it takes too long. It
I would
needed to
keep
be
the
cut.
tuk tuk one. I would get rid of the
I would
next
get rid
one.
of the part where it breaks down and Indiana Jones fixes the tuk-tuk with a piece of gum. That made no sense.
No, I would keep that actually. I kind of like that one. I thought it was a good. There's like a little bit of. I think it would tip the balance in the other direction of the, because it's sort of balanced on a precipice between is Phoebe Waller-Bridge in charge or is Indy in charge? So it's kind of if you got rid of that one scene where Indy got to be cool and be like, hey, this will work. This is an old trick I know.
Yeah, but why couldn't they make him cool in the whole movie?
'Cause he's fucking 80. He's 100 years old, man.
He can still be cooler than he was in this movie, though.
I think that's part of the themes of the movie.
That's
the whole point of the movie is.
I don't understand why he acted the way he did in the end of this movie. It just didn't. It felt like a weird departure from the character. This
Which
is
part?
when he's like, "I'm staying.
Okay.
I'm staying."
Okay,
No,
I'm gonna get
Indiana.
analytical. I'm gonna get analytical here for a minute.
This is not something you do. This is not something you do. You don't mess with history. You just you fix you.
Okay,
What the
so
hell?
I knew they were gonna go back to the siege of the whatchamacallit. Once Indy said, Continental Drift. Once he said that, I knew that we were going back to the siege instead of going back to Nazi Germany. But
I still don't feel like that was fully explained either. I mean, whatever, I guess.
I thought the ending of this movie was going to be a little bit different. And maybe this was in the first draft. Did we
watch the first draft?
No. I think the first draft ending of this is, or at least once they came up with time travel, was Terminator style closed loop, where you know how Indy's got or the corpse that they find has a watch, and the eagle with the propellers.
Yeah, that was cool.
I
I
think,
I thought that was cool.
yeah, what I thought was going to happen was, because I knew we were going to go back in time with that. Um, yeah, I guess I knew the whole time, even before they said they were going to the continental drift thing. I guess I knew even before then, but I think what I thought was going to happen was, because everyone had always said, "Hey, this is going to be the last Indiana Jones movie." So what I thought was going to happen was the corpse. It's got the watch on it, it's got the dial, it's got the eagle. I thought that was going to be Indiana Jones. There was no Archimedes. Indiana Jones had to go back in time and be Archimedes and die, and the dial
Create
was
like a
never
time loop.
invented. Yeah, and the dial was never invented, and it's a grandfather paradox, right? Um, like, again, like Terminator style. Uh,
Yeah, I got you. That would
but
be interesting.
it is a closed loop, but it's not like a causal loop
Well,
the
that's
way
the
they ended
problem
it
is they
here.
created this like loop-ish, but it's still confusing. I'm still confused by it
Let me
because
let me clear it up for you, because I think I grasped this a little bit
can we
better.
can they go to Archimedes' tomb. That's like their thing. They go there and
Yes,
Archimedes is wearing the watch of Mads
yes,
Mikkelsen,
yes.
but he gives the watch back to Indiana Jones before they
He
go back. So how was it even there in the first place before they
because
went
when
back
he
in time?
because when Phoebe Waller-Bridge punches him in the face, she gives it back to Archimedes.
But it was on Indiana Jones's desk when he wakes up, wasn't it?
I don't. I think that no. I think that's the one that he takes from the tomb. He takes the one
Oh,
from the tomb.
okay.
Archimedes
So there
has
are
the one
two
from the play-in.
watches.
Yes, there are now two watches.
Oh my God, this movie.
Or actually, uh, for a brief period, there are two watches. Then one goes back in time and becomes the singular watch. It's in a quantum state of having both one and two watches.
Yeah, there was a plane of existence where both watches existed simultaneously.
Yes.
What
And I
I
think that's cool. I think that's a fun little piece of time travel. Um, was there anything else you were confused by?
I want to stay. Why do you want to stay? Indiana
Uh,
Jones, you
so
don't
that's
want to
part of the
stay.
themes. So that's part of the themes, right? So, the whole point,
I've been shot. I want to
yeah,
stay in I don't know, pre like BC era Sicily or whatever. What the fuck? Why?
uh,
Why do you want to do that? What are you going to do
because
to
he's
help
obsessed
them?
with he wants to stay there and die witnessing the events of one of the most pivotal events of history. But the whole point of the movie, the whole theme is letting go of the past, right? The villains die because they couldn't let go of the past and accept that Hitler lost and that their ideology sucked. Indiana Jones is obsessed with the past because uh, Shia LaBeouf died and Marion left him, and so he's depressed about that shit. And also, in the days when he was, cool, because we start out in this movie and we're finally getting the whole Indiana Jones isn't cool anymore thing, right? Because in the first three movies, everybody really was like interested in his like lectures and stuff. In four, they were kind of interested, but he's just like a cool teacher. He's not like fucking Indiana Jones.
Yeah, finally the most accurate college classroom setting
Yeah,
in
and then
in the
yeah,
series.
and then in Indiana Jones 5, he's just a fucking guy. He's just an old motherfucker past his prime. And that's the whole point. The whole theme of the movie is about letting go of the past. And they take him back so that way he can learn to let go of the past and move on. That's the whole point. It's a yeah. I
All right.
felt like it was pretty obvious. If even I can get it, I feel like the themes are pretty obvious. But I don't
I'm
know.
just surprised he's still could feel like that. I don't know, but
I mean,
okay.
he lost his son, and I think that's pretty important, you know.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's
they
yeah,
couldn't get him back.
and and also
Shia,
the reason well, I mean, I don't think they wanted him back. Harrison Ford doesn't like him.
that's true.
Uh, he's pretty much unemployable in Hollywood, right? Because he ruined his career with the Transformer movies and all those allegations against him.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
probably mostly the allegations.
yeah, but also those Michael Bay Transformers movies suck. Let us know if you want us to watch them. We'll do it. We we'll do anything for money. We have no souls.
So don't let us know, because then we will definitely watch them.
Let us know. We'll do it. We'll do it. We're whores like that. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, Shia's unemployable, so they had to kill him off. And also, he was kind of an annoying character, and I'm kind of glad he's dead. Because this was about the most depth you could get from his character, is just killing him off screen.
Is him dying.
Yeah. But I thought it was
Well,
a pretty good I thought that was a really good scene with Indy and being like I if I could go back in time, I would go back and tell him not to enlist.
yeah,
I thought he gave a really good that was very subtle. It was very, you could tell Harrison Ford gives a shit about Indiana Jones. He fucking likes this character. Certainly
yes.
a lot more than Han Solo.
The, oh, this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This whole. It's just so much that happens in this movie.
It is a little bit long. They could have cut conservatively about 10 minutes. I would probably prefer about 15. But there's a lot of like interesting elements and stuff, right? They had the black lady who was in the CIA or the FBI,
Yeah,
one of the two.
they had all these characters they set up to like kill off, which
Yeah, but like uh you know they hired black agents to infiltrate the Black Panthers back in the 60s, right? That's really interesting. That's a cool callback. you
yeah,
know
they did have a lot of like historically relevant
yeah,
references in
and
this
we
movie. I
and we had um this is what, 69, right? Yeah, 69. um and they've got the Nazi scientists working for NASA. That's a cool
That's
callback.
accurate.
um Except
Ac-
Werner von Braun didn't commit as many fucking atrocities as fucking whatchamacallit did. Let's be clear here. Werner von Braun was not as bad as this guy. Can we he's still a Nazi, obviously, but
He
he's
was
not.
still a Nazi.
Yeah, but he's not nearly as bad as this guy. Um but yeah, and then having him be in Alabama where what's his name? The racist George Wallace. I think that's his name. George Wallace, the racist asshole governor guy. Um, that state, Alabama, like the most racist state in the whole fucking universe.
Yep.
That one, and
Send
then
him back to Alabama.
of course the guy who, like his like right hand man, Boyd Holbrook, who seems to be in a lot of James Mangold movies, but he wasn't in. I don't think he was in Ford versus Ferrari, but he's in a lot of those. They're like frequent collaborators.
Hmm.
Um, and having him be like racist Southerner, who's like wasn't even like alive during the World War II, but like he's racist, so he like looks up to the Nazis and shit. It's a good callback to like now where like everyone on the right wing is like a Nazi LARPer because they have like this glorified image of them, even though the Nazis were fucking losers. They were all a bunch of meth head junkies, fucking doing like meth and cocaine to cope with the fact that they were fucking losers, and they're absolutely fucking cringe. And they lost really, really hard, and there was no universe where they ever could have won. No matter who was in charge, they were never going to win.
Not even Savage?
Not even Savage. None of them. Nobody could have made the Nazis win because Germany and Japan and Italy are fucking tiny, and the United States and Russia and Canada and Britain are fucking huge. They never could have won. And it's it it and the whole like in the alternate universe, oh, it was all Hitler's fault. That's a callback to like all the like Nazi generals who like tried to who weren't hanged, but they were trying to get like jobs in the German army afterwards. They were like, actually, I was a genius, but I had to follow orders from Hitler, and Hitler was stupid. So we're gonna blame everything on him. That's another thing, and it's filled with a lot of these like historical references. And I think maybe if you're watching it as a movie and you don't have that context, you don't understand that sort of thing, if you don't have that frame of reference, it's probably not going to be as it's not going to hit as hard. It's not going to hit as hard. So maybe that's just for me, like the history nerd, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I went into this completely blind. Just the whole like Archimedes thing in general, right? That was really cool when they were like, yeah, it's Archimedes dial, because I had no idea where they were going to go with this plot. I thought, maybe South America, because like,
Yeah, they end up going to Italy.
but yeah, instead it's fucking Syracuse, you know? Like, by the way, great location setting. I feel like some of the sets were really, really good. Like the
Yeah.
set design, it was fucking solid.
Why is everyone shooting in Morocco?
Uh, well, I think it's because you can easily get a visa there if you're an American. Um, they're actually our oldest allies. Fun fact. Don't let me get on a history tangent here, but I'm going to get on a history tangent.
Oh,
Um,
oh boy.
so back during the Revolutionary War, before France, before Spain, before anyone else decided to help us out against the British uh, and recognize us as like an actual nation and not just colonies in rebellion, Morocco opened their ports to us and acknowledged us as a nation. And we had like a bit of like a quasi war before the 1800s started,
Yeah.
but since then we have remained at peace with Morocco for longer than any other country on earth. They are our longest standing allies.
Well, that's
And yeah, uh, I think Morocco's pretty cool. They still kind of have like a recessive uh government. Like they're regressive. Sorry, regressive government. They still have a monarchy. They're not quite the best on like women's rights and stuff, but they're working on it, and I think it's pretty based. So, and
yeah.
the
I
fact that
mean,
they've been cool with the
acknowledging
United
women's
States,
rights is based. So,
yeah, and they're becoming more based, but again, what are we at now? We're almost to, what is it, 250 years since the Declaration of Independence was signed, and they've been homies with us since 1776, pretty much.
okay.
So, absolutely based. Fuck yeah, phenomenal. Good job, Morocco. You get a gold star. Try not to be sexist or homophobic, please. Thank you. Um,
Please.
please, pretty please. You gotta do pretty please with a cherry on top. I don't give out the cherry on top very often, but I will here. You know. Uh, yeah. But overall, numerical rating, if you can, what would you give Dial of Destiny? Let's rank all the Indiana Jones films. Let's rank them all. Obviously, Raiders is a 10 out of 10.
Okay, yeah. I'll agree.
Temple of Doom, probably an 8,
I
7 or
give
an 8.
I give it like a 5.
Okay, a 5 means that it's equally good and bad, and that's just not true. That's
Okay.
just not true. There's definitely more good than bad in Temple of Doom.
Well, I give it like a 6.
That's rough. That's really rough. After
Yeah.
the soundtrack, the minecart scene, the racism, like
Yeah, we love the racism.
that's like the best part. That's my favorite part. Oh, I was gonna say, it'd be really funny if we have time, maybe next week or if we have time left in this episode, we should talk about affirmative action. You know,
And not
you
having it.
a biracial white Asian person and me a monoracial white person.
Yeah,
You know,
like we have the room to talk about it.
well, I was gonna say it'd be really funny to hear our perspectives on it because we're
I
both
mean,
the groups
I'm
that are
not
gonna
for it.
benefit from this.
Yeah. I speak on behalf of others though, is what it is.
I
So,
mean, I don't know. I'm a little bit more uh, sympathetic towards the whole uh, meritocracy thing, but I'm a radical meritocratic person. If
yeah.
we didn't
Well,
live in America,
fair warning.
if I were to set up my own country, I would make it like a complete meritocracy. It'd be all competition all the time. But anywho, Temple of Doom, 7 or an 8 out of 10. I think I would say about a quarter of the movie is bad. The
That's
racism, um, the villain's not super great.
Nope. It's
Uh,
probably one of the weakest.
yeah, all he wants to do is just kill the Christian God and make Hinduism the dominant religion. Okay, sure. Okay, why not? Okay, fine, whatever.
All
See
right.
if I care. Um, and Last Crusade,
I
8 or
also
a
give it a
9.
6.
Really, really. I like
Yeah.
these movies a lot
I
more
mean,
than you do. I think.
I would probably still, I don't know. I might I'm like I would think I would rank like Crusade higher, but it would still be like the 6 to like 6 leaning to 7, but it's not a 7.
So, like, what percent of the movie would you say is good versus percent that's bad?
For Temple of Doom, I'd say I like probably 40% of the movie. And
So
then
that's a
Last
4
Crusade.
out of 10. Dude, how do you not like Temple of Doom is good. You were laughing like the whole time, dude. You
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
thought it was
hilarious.
funny. I thought it was funny, but I still don't think it's like I don't know. Like a 6 is good. 6 is good for me.
Yeah, but you said you only liked like 40% of the movie.
Well,
I'm just
yeah.
going. The way my
I
rating
mean,
system works is how much do I enjoy versus how much do I not enjoy. And I would say I enjoy about 70 to 80% of Temple of Doom. And in Last Crusade, I think I enjoy about 80 to 90%. I don't like the heavy. Donovan's a decent villain, but I don't like the heavy. Um,
yeah. Somehow I feel like Mads Mikkelsen gave Donovan a run for his money and like
yeah,
for villains.
he's not quite as good as Paul Freeman, I would say, but he's definitely in the top three
Yeah.
main villains. Didn't like his heavy, and I didn't like his. Um, so there's like the way I've heard it described is like there's the main villain, there's the ruthless villain, and then there's the heavy villain, and the I didn't like the ruthless or the heavy, but um, I really liked the main villain. Mads Mikkelsen is a fucking commanding presence every
Yes.
time. Yeah. Um,
He's very good in this.
yeah. Temple of Doom didn't have a great ruthless villain. Chitar
Nope.
Lal is just sort of there. The heavy's really good though. Pat Roach as the heavy, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great
I still
fight scene. Yeah,
I still don't think yeah, so I would rate them both like 6s. Like Crusade and Temple of Doom.
yeah. Well, I
And
really
then
like Elsa. I really like Elsa a lot.
yeah, I think she's actually my I don't know. I find her to be the least compelling of the Indiana Jones women, but that's just me.
I think I find her
Somehow I
more
find
compelling than Willie.
Somehow I found Willie to be more compelling, even though it feels like she does not like, I
I
don't
think
know.
her
She's a whole different person,
I
but
think Elsa's character and her backstory are probably more compelling than Willie's, just
mm,
because you know she is Austrian, not German. She fits the whole Aryan thing. Um, she says she doesn't like uh, the Nazis, but like she's sort of been drafted into them. She couldn't really resist, or she would be killed. Um, and she wants the Grail for herself. She says she wants it
yeah,
for knowledge, but she really wants it for herself. And I think that sort of analysis of her character is probably better than what they did with Willie. But I'm a Willie defender. I
it's
like
better than
Willie.
Mac. Mac is
Oh, god damn. Don't even bring that man up. Don't even bring that man up.
yeah.
Um,
So I would put Crystal Skull at like a 1.
I I would put Crystal Skull at like a full three or four.
3 is still very generous. I don't know.
About 30% of that film is not bad.
The departure from the whole Indiana Jones genre is like a little too jarring for me. Did
Yeah,
not sit well with it. And then,
it's
I
just
mean,
it doesn't feel right, and yeah. But I would give this. Where would you put this?
uh, I probably also put it at a 6. I mean, no.
Really?
I mean, like, this movie's so long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the end makes up for it. I feel like the ending is just
I feel like the end didn't.
duck
That was
tits
my,
bonkers.
that was like, yeah, I think the ending was like not, it was not it for me. Just my personal
I liked it. I
thing.
thought it was good. Um, uh, I know it's definitely above 4 and below 2. My rating, I said it before, I'll say it again. My rating from top to bottom goes 1, 3, 2, 5, and 4. And
Hmm.
4 is very much down at the bottom. I would say Dial of Destiny is somewhere between 6 and a 7, probably closer to 7 than 6. Probably like a 2. I would say I'm positive on about like 2/3 of the movie. I'd say like a
Okay.
2/3 rating. It's pretty pretty much, yeah, what I would give it. Yeah, it's
No, I mean,
good.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I still I still thought like, you know, I haven't watched the new Transformers movie, but I think the wait for that one is much more disappointing than the wait for this new Indiana Jones movie and
yeah.
watching it when it
I
comes out.
recommend Rise of the Beast. I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was a
Okay.
good time.
Okay.
I think it's there. I'm judging them on different things. I know
Yeah, of
that.
course.
Um, but I would say they're. I enjoyed both of those theater going experiences. It's Rise of the Beast is just fucking dumb fun, and Indiana Jones is like dumb fun, but with a little bit of brains in there and a little bit more. You know,
Yeah,
it,
I mean,
it,
I think
yeah,
that there were like too many chase scenes, but like they had some good ones too.
they did.
So
Yeah.
I will
Um,
give them that.
I
I
will. I will say it's uh, yeah, somewhere around there. Hmm.
so okay.
So, uh, I think this episode's going to run just a little bit long, but I want to talk about one more Lucasfilm related thing before we go.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too super into it, but I do want to bring it up. How do we feel? I know it's been a couple days since, or not a couple days. I think a couple weeks actually. Since we got the Star Wars Outlaws reveal trailer. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
How do we feel about it? Do you think Ubisoft can handle this?
Uh, I don't know. They make some pretty broken games. So, and
Broken and bland and yeah.
yeah,
I
I
yeah,
didn't play Survivor, but you did,
I
and
did.
you said you liked it.
I Okay,
I
everyone
I
harps
mean,
on the performance issues.
yeah, so I'm like curious how the performance was in your game. Did you have like a, because here's the question. Did you have a cutscene that was hampered by the engine?
Uh, I think it might have been the outfit choice that I had. Um,
But the game should still run.
yes, the
Like
game. All right.
it doesn't, well,
Overall,
I'm trying to say like, I don't know. Like it shouldn't matter if you picked it. Like they programmed the outfit customization in the game.
yeah.
The game
Oh,
should still work even if it has,
yeah.
I don't know. I I think they released an unpolished game and they already delayed it once. So I
That
don't
is
know.
true.
So like, you'd think that if they delayed it once, they would be promising a more finished product, but they didn't deliver on that.
See,
Not exactly.
for me, um, my negative experiences with it. I have my whole playthrough out on YouTube. Uh, it's separated into two parts. My my main issues with the game were, I don't know if they were EA or Steam, but when they said you could preload it, I was
What does that mean?
expecting, because I pre-ordered because I knew I was going to play it anyway. I figured I would bite the bullet and pre-order it so that way nobody else would have to. Anyone who watches me and wants my opinion on it, they can watch me play it or they can wait for me to talk about it and give them the go ahead. Not to presume that I know more than anyone, but I'd rather waste my money than have everyone waste theirs.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, when they said they preloaded it, there was like an additional download time. I forget specifically what they called it, but there was an additional download time that I wasn't happy about. So
Oh shit.
I had to wait like a 30-40 minutes for that to be
This sounds like a
finished.
consistent thing with this game.
Um, and
Is this like
then
we promised this one thing, but it's actually not going to
I
be
think
like
that was
that,
a
and it's
Steam
actually
issue. I think that was a
okay.
Steam issue.
All
And
right.
then the EA launcher didn't want to launch it, so I had to undownload and re-download it.
Well, then that's on them.
And then, well, that could be EA, not Respawn, right? Like we're divvying up the blame here, right? How much of it is EA? How much of it is Steam? How much of it is Respawn? Um, uh, Start up the game. I think I only had one crash from I so full disclosure, I have a really fucking good rig. I have a really, really, really powerful PC. You know, it was a gift for graduating with honors. So it's like a $2,000 PC. It's RTX 3080, 1 TB SSD. It's pretty beefy.
Hmm.
So I ran it at pretty high settings, no graphics, no like performance
No
bugs.
performance issues. Okay.
Frames pretty jacked the whole time. They're pretty solid. Um, yeah, decently consistent. The only real bugs that I had were I used like the Obi-Wan Kenobi skin with like the robes and stuff, and sometimes they would clip through my character in cutscenes and gameplay. But the story and the writing and the performances were really really solid.
That's
And
good. I mean, that
yeah,
is that is also acknowledging that your computer is the best
yes,
that is on the market. So,
it's not the best that's on the market. They make the RTX 4080 and 4090. They make the 3090.
but your
Um,
your graphics card is probably a lot better than mine.
yes, I would not doubt it.
So, like if I were to buy this game and try to run it on my PC, which I have to because it's not available on the PlayStation 4,
Yeah, uh,
I would
yeah,
probably I would probably suffer from more performance issues. But
yeah. I mean, considering I literally got this PC, I literally asked for this PC, um, because I wanted to play Jedi Survivor, and I don't have a Xbox Series X.
damn,
Um,
imagine like imagine that's like the reason for getting a new computer. I mean, it was your reason, but
yeah, but it,
there
it
you
it
go.
I would say it was worth it. If that was the only game that I got to play on that computer, I would say it was pretty good.
Well,
You
that's
know?
good. That's like that's
Yeah,
better than not than feeling dissatisfied. So,
yeah.
you know,
It's
gotta
yeah.
be happy for you.
It is one of one of my favorite Star Wars games, I would say. Probably it's in my top 20 of all time. I know Jedi Fallen Order is in my top 10 because Jedi Fallen Order is just a tight ass story.
Yeah, I
That
like.
yeah, that
I
game
I played that. I played that through and through.
that I 100%ed it. I'm usually pretty
Same, but it's not.
pretty like
It was
flip
not that
floppity.
hard.
Yeah, I'm pretty flip floppity on games, right? That was the first ever game that I actually hunkered down and said, "All right, I'm gonna get 100%," and I did. I did do that. Um, but that was before they released the DLCs with the training thing, and so I didn't do that. So I think I lost my 100% status.
I don't
But
think you lose that.
well, yeah, but I got all the collectibles. I just didn't
Oh,
do all
unless
the
you
training.
played on your computer. Is that it?
No, 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 no. They released the like they introduced like the challenge arena thing, and I didn't do any of those. Because I had already
Okay,
100%ed it, and it's kind of a big game, and so I wanted to play some other games, so I
fair.
didn't really re-download it. Um, but I thought it was cool.
Hmm.
Um,
I agree.
uh, I would say Survivor has a really good story, but it's bigger, not necessarily better.
Hmm.
The gameplay is 100% better. Gameplay is fantastic.
You like the gameplay more?
I think I think it nailed
I mean, I haven't played
the.
it, but like the block meter seems way more tedious in this game.
I mean, it could be the difficulty I was playing it on because I was trying to get it all done in one sitting.
Hmm.
So I was playing on an easier difficulty. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. And all the different lightsaber styles really adds a whole lot to it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's I think it is great combat. I think it does it really masters the whole Arkham Asylum versus Arkham City effect, where a lot of games in the sequels they will nerf all your abilities, and
When you
uh,
like join back in the sequel, right?
yes, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Arkham City, you have pretty much all the same abilities you had in Arkham Asylum, you know,
Hmm.
and like all like the unlockable ones, like most of the unlockable ones you have in Arkham City. You can just do those now, and that's really really cool. And I like when a game doesn't nerf your abilities, right? And if they do nerf your abilities, I want a damn good reason. And they
Yeah,
didn't
and they
really
didn't.
nerf your abilities, and it
Yeah,
was
they just
yeah,
gave you more abilities, which
yeah.
is
They're
cool.
like, here you go. Here's your double bladed lightsaber from the last game. Here you go. Here's your dual blades. You can use both. You don't have to just do it on like a cool a special attack. No, you can just use those as a style now. There you go. Have fun. That's what it does. It just sets you in.
Nice. It
Brief
gives you
tutorial.
basically every combat style except for probably the blaster and the crossguard
Yeah, yeah.
immediately.
All three, and you can mix and match to your heart's content. They've got skill things for each thing. Yeah, it's awesome. But we need to talk about Outlaws again.
Yeah, I like the theory of it is really cool.
Yes.
I I like the sneaking around stuff. That's all very fun.
Yeah.
The spaceship gameplay, not very
It doesn't look like it's breaking
revolutionary.
the. Yeah, it's not
It's not breaking
reinventing the
new
wheel.
ground, but I mean, at least it's safe, you know? It's not like it's going to be a miserable part of the experience.
Yeah,
The
the ship
game's not going to
combat.
come out for 2 years. That's something.
Yeah, if they copied the exact like spaceship gameplay of 2017 Battlefront 2, they'd probably be doing pretty well.
Yeah,
Um, if they copied from Squadrons,
it'd be
that could
better.
carry the whole game. Squadrons, granted, it wasn't full price and it wasn't full size, but it was a solid game. I liked it, and
Yeah.
I think if you fully implemented that into a full game and gave us like a full ground game, that would be like the most comprehensive Star Wars game ever. And I just based on that, I'd be obligated to give you a 9 out of 10. All you'd have to do is just stick the story, and yeah, you'd be there. But I don't think they're going to nail the story.
No.
I don't think they're going to nail the gameplay.
I'm kind of done with the Pikes. Yeah, these characters are they need something really, I don't know, engaging or interesting about them to like make the story sell. And They
I
haven't
think,
really
yeah,
marketed on that, but maybe they're trying to hide it or save it.
I think there's no way we don't see Darth Maul in this. If there's Pikes, there's gonna be wait, hang on. When is this taking place? Because
Empire.
yes, I know it's during the Empire. Is it taking
Yeah.
place? Oh no, it's taking place during in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Okay, so we might see. I don't know if you saw
So
this.
Maul is dead.
Yeah, Maul has been dead by this point. Oh shit, we got to talk
Sorry,
about
y'all.
Secret Invasion. We got to talk about Secret Invasion because I'm gonna talk about Emilia Clarke. How did you watch episode 2?
Yeah, way
How'd you
better
feel?
than the first episode.
Really?
My
Yeah, I
opinion.
kind of agree. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's better than the. But like that's good. You know,
But that's
that's
because
a good
there's more
thing.
Don Cheadle, and Don Cheadle is the world's most fuckable man. You know, uh,
You
of
know.
of the 3 fuckable men, I think he's probably the most fuckable. Don, if you ever get bored of women, give me a call. We'll work something out. I got you, dude. Um,
There you go.
but like, yeah, just the whole scene between Don Cheadle and Samuel L. Jackson is just fucking phenomenal. Um, but Emilia Clarke and Ben Mendelsohn were talking in an interview. Um,
Yes.
I
What
love
did
how
they?
we only
What
brought up.
happened?
So they were talking about their Star Wars characters because they were both in Star Wars movies, and Emilia Clarke definitely seemed like she might be coming back. So I'm thinking maybe in a show, maybe in
A video game?
maybe
Maybe in a
in a
comic
video
book?
game. Oh,
Maybe in a.
she's come back in the comic books. She's
I know.
come back in
I'm
the comics,
kidding.
but that that's just her face. That's not Emilia Clarke. Um, I can I just say I fucking love Emilia Clarke. She's really cool. If we could get like a someone from Star Wars on the podcast, she's definitely in like the top 10, top 5. Like
Yeah.
she just seemed like she'd be really chill. And like other than the whole, like the obvious ones, Ewan McGregor, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Billy D. Williams, other than them, she seems like she's just good energy, fun, good sense of humor, and I feel like that would be a really nice interview. So Amelia, when you're listening to this, hit us up on Twitter at IIHS Podcast. Hit us
All
up,
one word.
all one word, on Instagram. Same handle. Also use that code at liquidiv.com and get 20% off your order.
Yes.
Uh, yeah,
Water here.
absolutely. You gotta stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated.
That's right.
But yeah, shoot us a message, slide in the DMs. We got you. Well, you know, just call us up. We got you. But yeah, I think maybe she is coming back for Outlaws. If the Pikes are there, I hope she's there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I just hope it ties into something. Right? Like it doesn't. I'm not the whole like, oh, we have to have the member berries, because Dial of Destiny didn't have a lot of those, and I thought that was really mature of it.
Yeah, not till the end.
Yeah, but like,
I know it's
that was
Memberberry City, but like I guess that's the point,
yeah,
because this man has lived through
everything
4 coming on 5 movies. So
plus one whole TV show.
what?
Don't forget the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Well, I guess I went ahead and did.
Well, don't ever do it again, or I'll kill
Okay.
you.
All right. Is Harrison Ford in that?
No, I think he is. Yes, I think he appears in a few of the episodes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
unfortunately, again, they did. I think we talked about it before. Either during the commentaries or during an episode. They unfortunately didn't get River Phoenix, but they got Sean Patrick Flannery. He was in that, and he was also in what was it? Death Race? Wasn't he in one of the Death Race movies?
I don't
Oh
know.
no! He was in Saw. He was in one of the Saw movies. Yeah. He was. I think he was like 5 or 6, and he played a guy who pretended to have been in a Saw trap, and that was the whole movie. Yeah, it was weird. Those later Saw movies kind of sucked. Yeah. Uh, they haven't made a good movie since Saw 1.
hmm
Um, but but yeah, no, I don't want them to fill Star Wars Outlaws with too many member berries, but they got to tie it into something, you know?
But I mean, I also like something I like about this is that it feels more open world than Survivor, because Survivor really has like these two sandbox planets,
Yeah,
and like the rest of the planets are not really built out, but they're giving the impression for this new game that won't come out for 2 years that the planets are going to be like much more open world and built up, and they're
yeah,
going to like be consistent. Like Kobo was like your only hub in Jedi Survivor, but it sounds like there's going to be a hub for like every single planet, which is cool. So
yeah.
like,
I just
and
hope that they
I like
don't.
the planets too.
I just hope they don't Ubisoft it up. You know, I just don't want them to do that. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And and also, here's another thing I want that I know I won't get for another, what is it, 10 years?
What?
Uh, fucking Star Wars game with the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor. Would that not be so fucking cool?
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But
It will happen. I
that
will.
is a
I don't.
just
I don't care whose dick I have to suck at Warner Brothers Games to get that patent out, but I will suck. I will swallow. Deep throatin'. I don't care.
but they definitely I don't know. They yeah, Shadow Mordor engine cool. Suck dick for Shadow Mordor engine also
Well, it's
cool.
not the engine, it's the Nemesis system. It's
I
the
see.
yeah.
I mean, I like this game is going to be like open book in the or like,
Yeah.
you can
Open
make
world.
choices. Yeah, well, you can also make choices in this game and it'll affect the story is what they're trying to tell.
I just
What
don't trust Ubisoft like that. They have not made a good game since maybe Far Cry 5, if not Black Flag or Far Cry 4, you know?
Yeah, I
They've
mean,
yeah,
that's what I hope is that when they say they give you choices, it's not an illusion of choice. Like,
I don't know. I think it's just tedious bullshit, and I think I don't have any faith in them. And if they want to prove me wrong, they can, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. And that's sad, but yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's just it's not going to happen. Now we need to
big
do
red button.
yes, we do. Or
We
do we?
do.
You know, we're kind of over the time limit. Do you think we really need to? I think we can't get away with not doing it. I think we have to do it. Okay. It's obligatory. It's obligatory.
Yes.
Which is the best kind. Uh just a quick question for you and also you guys in the audience. Do you like it when we tie the big red button question into what we're talking about, or do you prefer when it's just like balls to the wall random? Uh, what do you think?
Thanks for your answer.
We'll leave it on Twitter. Let us know. Yeah.
I
Thanks.
kind of like when they are connected, but that's just me.
Okay.
Okay. I have one, I guess.
All right. Let's hear it.
Um, you can go back to any point you want in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but
Mm-hmm.
you cannot, I don't know, you can't
Fart.
go,
You're
you
not allowed to fart.
you're not allowed to
You gotta
fart.
hold it in. You gotta hold it in the whole time. Cause hey, it's like the butterfly effect, right? Some guy ripping ass in
Yeah,
one part of the world causes a tornado somewhere else.
there you go. You can't, or like farting immediately, I don't know. What? Yeah, I guess you
You
finished it for
started
me.
out so strong.
I
You
don't know.
did.
You interrupted my big red
Well,
button.
you were working on you were still cooking, you know, and it's mealtime. We had to be ready to go there.
All right. Well, my idea was like you can't tell anyone and you can't go back, but your idea was you have to hold in a fart.
All right. Well, I gave
So
you some
take your
time to
pick.
come up with that. Gave you some time to come up with that. Let's do yours because you had more time to cook. You're welcome.
All right. Well,
Um,
what do you think? Can't tell anyone, can't go back.
and you can't go back to your own time. Okay. Um, there have been times in my life where I would have picked this. I would say. Definitely had some periods in my life where I was, not feeling so hot and sort of, like, oh, everything sucks, and like just with the benefit of hindsight, like you just, you can make things a lot better, in
Yeah.
another time. But I think probably now I'm probably a lot more pleased with where my life is at right now. I don't think I would feel the need to personally. Uh yeah, and I don't know. There are people I like here, in this time. I don't think I would really want to go back. I guess the question would be, am I going back as me in my current age, or am I going back to a period of my life, of my specific life, and I'm just getting to relive it as my younger self?
I guess we'll follow Dial of Destiny rules, which is you just go back.
It's just time travel. Okay.
It's just time travel.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I would. Um. If you had to, where would you pick?
Um, I always think of the Weird Al song, Everything You Know Is Wrong, where he gets asked if he can go back in any time in history. Where would he go? And he goes back to like last weekend.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
uh, and that's probably what I'd do too. I'd probably just like relive a weekend and be like, I'm not doing that shit that I did that weekend because that was so boring. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do something different over that weekend. And
Try
so
and
the
bring something
consequences
fun.
wouldn't be so bad, and I would get an extra weekend in my life. So I would hit the button. But I couldn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
So,
And there would also be two of you.
yes.
So you would have to reconcile that. Um, I would. I might go back in time to 2002 and just be like, "Hey, you little shit."
Whoa.
I would steal myself and I would
You
raise
would
myself.
you would like kidnap your own yourself.
I would give myself the rundown of all the things that are going to happen, and I would a get in on real estate before 2008. B make a whole bunch of bets on Obama winning in 2008. Um, C I think I'd predict most of the Super Bowl wins, but and that might be butterfly effect thing. Like that might be because there's a lot of variables in that might be affected with that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I do something like that. I tried to game the system, of course,
Of
naturally.
course.
Yeah, so I just
I
do
would
that.
I would by getting an extra weekend.
Hmm.
That's about it, though.
And again, having to coexist with your 1 week younger self, which is something. But
Let's
I don't
see.
know. What do we? I don't. What else? What else? I really can't think of uh what I would do.
I
Like
found I found the
yeah.
lyric. Weird
Sure.
Al
Let's
Weird Al said,
hear it.
uh, say, they took Polaroids. They said I was a darn good sport, and as a way of saying thank you, they offered me to transport me back to any point in history that I would care to go. And so I had them send me back to last Thursday night so I could pay my phone bill on time.
You know, I mean, based. Weird Al is based. Like almost always, Weird Al is based.
I know, right? I like trust his judgment. You know,
Absolutely.
he didn't say no in the song. He just chose to go back last Thursday night.
Yeah. No need
Totally
to.
understandable.
Yeah. No
It is a,
need to really upset the space time continuum. No need to
no
like
need
do
to
any of
upset the
that.
phone companies.
And also like when you go back, there's a bunch of shitty stuff, you know? Like you go back far enough, there's no more internet, there's no more cars, there's no more penicillin, right? There's no more vaccines. Everybody's dying all the
Yeah.
time.
So
And
like
it's
don't go back
dumb.
too far.
Yeah.
Just be careful that like Indiana Jones being shot and being like,
Yeah.
I'll be fine in like BC, Italy.
He
It's
doesn't
fine.
want to be fine, he wants to die. That's the
I
whole
have a
point.
I have a gunshot wound. I know. I get it. I get it. He's sad and depressed and it's very sad and depressing.
I would have been okay if that's how the movie ended, but uh I like the ending we got a little bit more.
Me too.
Yeah. And I think we should give this podcast an ending because we went on a little long.
Okay. All
uh,
right.
Again, thank you to our sponsors. Go check out Liquid IV. Go check out Skunk Nugget Parenting. Go check us out on Patreon, like our supporter tier patron Justin Connor. Thank you very much for helping us out this month. I think what is it? Close to 11 months. I think July will be uh 10 or 11, yeah, something like that. um yeah, thank you for the support, really appreciate it, helps us do cool stuff. uh if you want to go over, get a cool shout out, listen to our movie commentaries. That's on our incredible or on our influential and successful tier. You get a week-long free trial for that if you want to go and do that. Go listen to our movie commentaries, go listen to all these episodes early and ad free, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
So you don't have to wait until Tuesday morning. So yeah, check those out. And then if you want to reach out to us on social media, we are at IIHS Podcast on both Twitter and Instagram. That's where we announce Q&As, movie commentaries, release dates and times for the stuff we do. So go check that out. If you want to do, if you want to send us a
Stay in the
message,
know.
yeah, you want to stay in
Send
the
us
know, send us a
hits.
message. Yeah, topic suggestions, Q&A, that sort of thing. That's the best place to reach us. And yeah, other than that, uh, I'm Kael. I've been incredibly influential.
I'm Maxwell, and I've been highly successful.
We got the outro right, everybody.
There
Aren't
we
you
go.
proud? Yeah, we
I'm
almost
proud.
made up for the failure of the beginning. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. See ya.
Bye.